Welcome to Airplay Escape. Unlock the full audiobook experience and exclusive perks by joining our Patreon community. Dive deeper into the stories you love. Just click the link in the description below, and thank you for supporting this journey. Hokage, Naruto's Dark Side Unleashed by Blackened Personality, Episode 11. I am not a nine-tailed demon fox. Naruto was stunned in place and looked at the third generation unbelievable. But everyone hates me, and no one tells me about my parents, and the beard on my face. The words before Mizuki were deeply imprinted in Naruto's heart. It also made him basically acknowledge the fact that he was a demon fox. That's because they don't know what happened at all, including Mizuki. Ape Fei recut again and touched Naruto's head again. 12 years ago, 9 tails were sealed by the 4 generations of Naruto at the cost of life. So you are not the 9-tailed demon fox. I'm not a demon fox. I'm not a demon fox. Tears like Kwanyong slipped from the corner of Naruto's eyes. This is not sad, this is the joy of joy. The words of Mizuki made Naruto suffer too much pressure. Now I know that I am not a demon fox, and naturally, I can't master my emotions. Seeing Naruto's cries so fierce, the apes shook their heads with funny. It wasn't until Naruto's crying faded that he continued to say, Naruto, in fact, all the pains you have experienced over the years are a trial. A trial that allows you to master the power of the 9-tailed demon fox. Master the trial of the power of the 9-tailed demon fox? Naruto issued a question. Why are me, not others? Ape flying the day to know the expression that you want to ask so early. Because you have this qualification, because we believe you. Both the 4 generations of Naruto believe that you can master the power of the 9-tailed demon fox so that it will not hurt the innocents. And use this power to protect the village and protect everyone. Just like the 4 generations of Naruto. Hearing the words of the ape flying son, Naruto's body shook. Immediately stopped drawing, his eyes were full of hope. Like the 4 generations of Naruto, can I become Naruto after I have the power of the 9-tailed demon fox? The ape flying day was stagnant, but it quickly returned to normal. Naruto, no one in the future cannot be determined, but Grandpa dares to be sure that as long as you can protect the village with the power of Jiuwei, you can become Naruto. The probability is only probability, and the probability may fail. It was just that Naruto could not think of this at all. Instead, because the words of the ape flying are cut, they are excited. I will become Naruto in the future, ha ha ha. Seeing Naruto was successfully confused and was still stupid there. A heart of ape flying up finally landed, but this time he came not only flickering, he also had to figure out what was the consciousness of the battle between Naruto's body and Mizuki. Well, Naruto, I have explained it to you at the end of Jiuwei. Now it's your turn to explain it to me. Tell me, what is the thing that helps you kill Mizuki? The tone of the ape is not allowed. At the same time, his eyes stared at Naruto, and did not plan to miss any expression. Help me kill Shuimi, Naruto exclaimed, and his face was full of panic. Seeing that Naruto looked like this, the heart of the apes was sinking. It seems that, as he thought, Jiuwei's consciousness was out of trouble. With the experience of 9 tails, Naruto's body crushes a Chinese tolerance and can be explained. On the other side, Naruto, at this moment, is crazy in the heart to make a serial call. The wind is virtual, what should I do now? Tell your existence to the 3rd generation of Grandpa? Will we be regarded as a monster? We won't be sent to the plan to lift the slice, right? Seeing Naruto's worry, Fengxu directly interrupted his words. It's okay, I can't hide such a thing anyway. Fengxu dared to speak brightly outside, and naturally did not plan to hide. After all, he will come out many times to control his body. If you want to excuse each time, it is too troublesome. Besides, it is not a big deal at all. As long as he shows enough value, the ape is too happy to be happy. As for the research on the need to send the planer, don't be funny. Do you pay for the study of the person's pillar? You tell us about our situation, and there will be no problem. After the Fengxu finished speaking, I remembered that the ape flying son had just mentioned the power of 9 tails. Then added another sentence. By the way, remember to tell him, I can master a small part of the 9 tails. To put it, the wind deficiency uses the dark value and exchanges the chakra mode. Successful exchange. Black value 20,000. Current blackening value 1400. The emotional fluctuations generated by Naruto and Ape Fei cutting dialogue, and the 100 black value was accounting. So there are 1400 left, 3300 plus 100-2000. I'm relieved. After getting the wind deficiency instructions, Naruto was relieved. Then he turned his head and explained towards the ape flying son. After listening to Naruto's explanation, the ape flying day was directly stopped. Another you who were born because of painful memory. Strong strength. I also have a small part of the 9-tail ability, but I can't dominate the body. The more apes, the greater the mouth, the bigger. Speaking of the end, the whole mouth was directly opened into O-type, and it looked like swallowing a whole fist. After being surprised, the ape flying day was seriously inquiring. Naruto, can you really master sovereignty and dominate the body? Naruto nodded solemnly. When he was outside, I just thought about it and recontrolled my body. This is too. The ape flying son was too long for a long time. But the excited expression on his face shows that he is in a good mood. Can you let Grandpa meet him? By the way, show the power of 9 tails. Grandpa can help you analyze whether there is risk of out of control. Naruto nodded again. Then the expression of the whole person changed. It has changed from enthusiasm to cold. When I met for the first time, Mr. Amofei, I am a vortex wind, Naruto's deputy personality. Fengxu naturally couldn't shout 3 generations of Grandpa, or Master Naruto. If it wasn't for the high strength, he wouldn't even want to shout, and just wanted to shout an old dog. The vortex wind is deficient, the name is very good. In the future, you can call my grandpa like Naruto in the future. The apes were cut close to the distance, trying to pull into the distance. The wind is too lazy to be with him and the snake, and he doesn't need his care. Without this double, the chakra mode was directly opened. This is the kind of 9-tailed power I have controlled, completely controlled. During the talk, the light red chakra covered the wind's body throughout. A thick and long light red tail extends from the stalks. At the same time, a strong and powerful atmosphere of violence is full of the entire room. Episode 12. At the moment when the wind deficiency is 9-tailed chakra. In the gossip seal space in the abdomen, navel eyes. A narrow fox's eyes suddenly opened in the darkness. This familiar breath is my chakra. 9-tailed fox's face was confused. It obviously didn't feel the loss of chakra. Could it be me? Because of the blocking of seal, Jiuguan could not accurately feel chakra's attributes. When he was sealed by the water gate, he was divided into 2 halves. Half of the yang attributes are here. Half of the yin attribute is the soul of the water gate, and they entered the belly of death together. Did someone release the yin attribute? Jiuwei narrowed his narrow eyes and felt the outside of chakra outside. It's so weak. This chakra is too small, right? Is it caught again after being released and provides people like me now? Jiuguan felt that he should guess right. Otherwise, there will not be so few chakra. There is no majesty of the tail beast at all. It's really a waste. Jiuguan was still thinking about the yin attribute, and he was able to save himself. Now it seems that there is no drama at all. It is better to continue to sleep. Thinking of this, Jugai closed his eyes again. It was just that it was not dreaming that chakra was not a yin attribute. It is a brand new, the new 9-tail created by the system. Outside, this feeling of palpitations. Sure enough, it is Jiuwei chakra. Okay. 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 The greedy color of the apes flickered. Then they all changed to excitement and excitement. Although the power of 9-tail is powerful, it must also be controlled. At the end of the reluctance, I glanced at the lighter chakra. Ape flying up and shouted towards the wind. Grandpa is enough, you put it away. Fengxu glanced at the eyes of the dead with the eyes of the dead. The 9-tailed chakra was retracted by the side. At the same time, the control of the body was also given back. For a moment, the expression and breath changed again. Naruto with proud expression and closeness mastered the body. 3 generations of Grandpa, I'm right, it's right, the wind is awesome. Naruto looks like a glory. At the same time, the news of the system also sounded on the wind. The current master personality trust dependency value, 35%. Seeing Naruto's appearance, Ape Fei recutting is reminded. It's really amazing, but Naruto, you have to cheer. What you can do, you can not fall too far as your master's personality, and you can go together. Although the wind is not dominated by Naruto now, but if the strength of the two is too huge, it is likely that some variables will occur. Naruto also nodded obediently, I will cheer. And Fengxian told me, this is all my body's potential. As long as I work hard, I can soon become as powerful as him. Listening to Naruto said so, the ape flying sun was relieved. Compared to the wind deficiency of him without a cold, Naruto is better controlled. Okay, let's get here today. You can rest assured to see if you are okay. After getting the information he wants, the ape flying sun does not intend to stay for a long time. Stand up and find the envelope that has been prepared from his pocket. This is 2 months of living expenses. It is a gift for Grandpa to congratulate you in advance. Thank you for the 3rd generation. After receiving the obvious envelope, Naruto smiled with a thicker envelope. It seems that this month can be used to eat a happy ramen. The ape flying the sun and wearing a Naruto bucket, and continued while walking. According to the rules in the village, graduation becomes a lower ninja, and the village will no longer stop the living expenses for you. In the future, you have to make a mission to earn a bounty for your own task. But don't be afraid, you will have a teacher who led the team to teach you. Naruto was excited when he heard that he could make a bounty. His longing for the ninja is finally coming. I understand, I will work hard to make bounty. You can understand it. There are also difficulties in the village. After the ape flying sun was sent away, Naruto couldn't wait to open the envelope in his hand. Lucky. There are really 2,002. So much money, enough for me to eat 30 bowls of ramen. Thinking of a ramen with Naruto drooled. Carefully take out Hina's frog wallet. After installing all the money, Naruto relaxed and lay down on the bed. At the same time, I also remembered that Fengxu said that there was a way to make money. Suddenly, in the heart, I asked, wind deficiency, what is the way you said before? Listening to Naruto's mention, Fengxu also remembered this story. In the ninja, money is still important. Fengxu also needs some money to prepare from time to time, and he has some plans to support the support of money. After thinking a little, Fengxu said, prepare me some paper and pen, and then give me the control of my body. I want to write novels to make money. As a cross, of course, it is easy to copy the money. Moreover, before the wind passed through, it was a copywriter, and even the crossing of the film review suddenly passed through. Write novels to make money. Can you write a novel? Naruto's big eyes are full of unbelievable eyes. He hasn't read many books, how can Fengxu write novels? Less nonsense, you know if you have done it or not. Fengxu knows the affinity heaven that knows tap. This shows that in this world, novels are popular. Moreover, the novel he is preparing to copy is also the same type as the Intimented Heaven, and can get a heat. Seeing Fengxu so confident, Naruto immediately found the paper and pen. He wants to see what kind of story can write. She also laughed at Fengxu loudly. After receiving the control of the body, Fengxu recalled the plot in his mind, and wrote the name of the novel. Bin, drawn, teenager aiming. Episode 1, Mrs. Aiming's performance in the ninja school is not ideal, along with the sound of pencils. After almost 2 hours, Fengxu wrote the content of 10 episodes and 20,000 words. He did not continue to write later, but prepared for the manuscript before replenishing. He didn't write it here, but Naruto, who was seeing the wonderful place, was unhappy. Why not write it? Write it. I want to look at the cousin, I want to see Aiming. Even Naruto, who is full of color lust, has been fascinated, and the wind is very satisfied. Let's talk about it tomorrow. After throwing a word, Fengxu took the initiative to give up his body back. He was ready to ask Naruto to find the daughter of his hand tomorrow to help deliver novels. After all, those who are good for Naruto are those who are good, he did not choose. If Naruto is delivered by himself, it is estimated that the door will not be able to enter. Episode 13. Early the next morning, in the classroom of ninja school, Naruto was lying on the table with 2 big dark circles. Because the young man Aiming's follow-up was too hooked, he kept him on the back last night and did not sleep well. As for how to tossing and turning the side, of course, it is the kind of rolling and opposite sides that you want to be the protagonist. He even brought a gentle cousin into Sakura. Thinking of this, Naruto's face was rosy again, and an idiot-like smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. As the sun rises, more and more students have stepped into the classroom. Among them, there is Sasuke, who is behind Naruto. He passed by Naruto, and at a glance, he looked at Naruto's silly hat, smiled with disdain, idiot. The same as the orphan of Mai, and the Naruto at the tail of the crane is really too much of their orphans. When someone scolded himself, Naruto turned his head and looked at it. At a glance, I saw Sasuke's dragging and cold face behind him. Recall the bridge of the young Aiming. Naruto looked at him and asked, who is the idiot scolding? Seeing Naruto didn't hear him, he asked him, and Sasuke continued to sarcasm without politely. Idiot scolds you, the tail of the crane. Naruto nodded seriously. Yes, idiots are scolding me. Sasuke's face was dark instantly. When did the rear of Naruto become so sharp? Obviously he was normally stunned. The tail of the crane will only be tongue. I don't say clearly. Cracked. For a while, Naruto and Sasuke's sight seemed to have a thunderous fire. Dinksy, who watched the whole process next to him, couldn't hold his mouth with a smile of potato chips. Ha ha ha. Shikamaru, look at Naruto, he is so interesting today. This tip student and the tail of the crane are common, but often the tip of the child one in the end. But today is different. Naruto at the tail of the crane, Sasuke, who was actually a tip student, said nothing. Dinksy shouted Shikamaru, and he leaned back with his head helplessly. Start again. Is the big forehead Haruno Sakura so beautiful? After shaking his head, he looked at Naruto with his eyes. Besides, it is not necessarily that who is a top student. Last night, Shikamaru heard his father said, being able to kill a traitor, Naruto is not as weak as he showed. At least he is not sure that he can kill Zhong and I. It is very good to run away. Just as the atmosphere of Mingzwa was gradually anxious, Sakura and Ichino ran into the classroom from the outside. The 2 daughters also looked relative, yelling loudly that I stepped into the classroom than you first. Behind them, there is a timid Hinata look. Hina originally wanted to go up to persuade the 2 women, but after seeing Naruto who confronted Sasuke in front, his face became red. I couldn't care about the persuasion, and tried to hide my seat. After a few quarrels of Sakura and Ino, they also saw the confrontation Naruto-Sasuke. The 2 daughters were not quarreling immediately, and the farts were around. While boasting Sasuke, he was scolding Naruto. As a result, Naruto was angry, but Sasuke was even more angry. Coupled with the coaxing of others, the classroom suddenly made trouble like a vegetable market. But the noise ended soon, because Aluka walked into the classroom with 2 teachers who did not know. Okay, go back to your own seat and start the session of the next graduation exam immediately. Iruka looked around the entire classroom. When looking at Naruto, his eyes were full of complexity. But in the end, I was skipped, and I didn't say anything particularly concerned as before. When I heard that I was going to graduate, Naruto was also a spirit. It's time to get a comparison. He has learned the A-level ninjutsu that teacher Zhong Ninja will not be. Sasuke, my results today will definitely be higher than you. Naruto couldn't help but turned his head with Sasuke. But the only sentence from Sasuke, I have a little delusion, an idiot. It's just that Sasuke's disdainful words have just finished speaking. In front of the classroom, Iruka hid his face. The first, Naruto, because of the defeat of a Chinese forbearance, so it is free to pass the test. Go up and get your natal protection. Iruka's words suddenly stirred up thousands of waves, letting the classroom below exploded. The tail of the crane actually defeated Mr. Zhongren. You can stab me, see if I am dreaming. Impossible, it's all fake, it must be Naruto who bought the teacher. There is a shady. We ask Naruto to take the exam. Sasuke's face was also white, and his eyes were unbelievable. Seeing everyone did not believe it, and said it was dark. Naruto was angry and anxious, and jumped on the table crazy and surrounded. This behavior made the wind in the space of consciousness unable to bear the darkness. Hate ties no steel instructions. Stupid, explanation is useless, directly sealed to show multiple shadow avatars for them. Naruto also knocked on his head as a dream. Oh right, I forgot. Speaking, his hands quickly stamped in front of him. Multiple shadow avatars. Alas, for a moment, the entire classroom was filled with countless Naruto. Even Iruka and two teachers in front were squeezed into the corner. Other students were wrapped in Naruto in all directions, and realized the taste of Naruto. Naruto, you stupid, hurry up the multiple shadow avatars, you divide too much. In the corner, Iruka, who was in the horror of the forehead, burst out. He saw it, the two teachers next to him had become black. Naruto also knew that he had been in trouble and quickly lifted the shadow. However, his face was still complacent, looking around the classmates around him. Haha. This is the technique of A-class ninjutsu, you can't, right? But I will. Ha 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 ha. Naruto's expression was very bad, but all students were tolerated. No one mentioned the shady or not believe it. To be honest, just that hand, they will be beaten down by Naruto together. After Naruto was more comfortable, Fengxu also entered a wave of black value. Black value plus 200, current blackening value, 1600. In the past, Naruto returned to the seat after receiving the protection. The graduation exam also restarted, allowing other students to recover the exam again. Except for Sasuke, who was gritted with his head and gritted his teeth. A level ninja, multiple shadow avatars, defeated the ninja. These words are like a handle of a sharp blade inserted on Sasuke's heart. Coupled with Naruto from time to time, he looked back at him, so that the fist he placed under the table clenched tightly. The nails were deeply fell into the meat. Even the expression on the face is more gloomy and gloomy. It was even frequent mistakes when he was your turn. If it wasn't for Iruka that Sasuke's state was wrong, he gave him a second chance. Maybe Sasuke will wait until next year to graduate. Episode 14. Don't be afraid that Naruto will be suffering, you will be afraid that Naruto will open Land Rover. This sentence is the best description of Sasuke's current mentality. With the graduation exam, the entrance of the ninja school became lively again. They are all parents who leave their children's departure. Naruto originally planned to leave directly, not listening to these people cursing him, but was stopped by Fengxu. Tell him to use these curses to quench his heart, so as to achieve the point where he can master the nine-tailed power without controlling control. As a result, in order to master the nine-tailed power to become the 5 generations of Naruto, Naruto also went out and squeezed towards the crowd. He goes wherever there are more people. Hearing the parents' bad words to him, and at the same time want to stay away from him. Then there was a funny scene in the ninja school. A large group of people cursed Naruto while being chased around by Naruto. And Fengxu also likes to mention a large wave of high black values again. Black value plus 600, current blackening value, 2200. After scolding, time came at noon. According to Fengxu's plan, Naruto first went home to take the manuscript. After that, he went straight to Yao Ramen. Yo Mingmen, good at noon, are you here to eat ramen? Holding a big spoon and knocking the pot, his face laughed with very infectious power. Naruto, who was infected with a smile, was also uncomfortable with scolding, and replied with a smile. Yes, I want a luxurious signboard ramen of my uncle. Hearing that Naruto wanted a luxurious signboard ramen, Poo-Poo opened his eyes with his hands. It actually wants a luxury ramen of 102. Naruto, you go out to pick up money today? Naruto touched his back with a smile, his face was proud. I got the first place in the graduation test today, and finally became a formal ninja. After hearing the words, both hands and puppets were surprised. After that, I was sincere for Naruto. Congratulations, congratulations, finally graduated after 2.5 years. I invited this bowl of ramen today, just take your graduation gift. Naruto automatically ignored the 2.5 years in the previous level, and took over the good intention of fighting. Thank you to the uncle, but the other ingredients of the ramen help me replace it with Mingmen. As a lover of Mingmen, Naruto can't wait for the ramen to have no noodles, all of them are Naruto. Don't forget to let the poo help. The sound of Fengxu suddenly sounded in Naruto's mind. Naruto was also happy and stagnated, looking at the puppet. To be honest, he was really embarrassed to show him. Seeing Naruto kept staring at himself, Poo-Poo touched his cheeks and looked with an inquiry. Is there anything on my face? Or what do you want to say to me? Having said that, Poo-Poo put the ramen to Naruto by the way. Smelling the scent of the ramen in front of him, Naruto took a sip of saliva. In order to have money to eat every day, he was finally determined to hand the manuscripts of the novel to Poo-Poo. This is the novel I wrote. I want to let Sister Ji-Poo send it to me. Novel. Poo-Poo reached out and took the manuscript. There is also her hand playing behind her, and the curious probe looked at the manuscript in the hand of Pooh. Juvenile aiming? Is this a story that Naruto? Poo-Poo's face, with a narrow smile. It's not, it's just the same name. Naruto waved his hand again and again, but thinking of the content written in it, Naruto looked at the two of them begging. Can you not look at the contents inside? At least don't look now. Seeing Naruto's complexion, he said with a smile. Wing Xing, I won't look at the uncle, let's eat noodles. It is not delicious when it will be touched. Poo-Poo pretended to hide in the back kitchen, who did not hear. Naruto's expression made her curious, she must see it first. Sister Pooh. Looking at the direction of the back kitchen, Naruto seemed to see the laughter of the meeting. So he was sad and indignant, and he took the ramen in front of him fiercely. Slow and slower, what if your child is stunned? Naruto's way of eating to death was frightened. He quickly filled a bowl of dolphin soup and handed over, fearing that Naruto was choking. After 10 minutes, a large bowl of ramen, even the soup noodles were destroyed. At this time, the puppets who entered the back kitchen walked out with red face. The content of 20,000 words and 10 episodes can be read in almost 10 minutes. How about, can Naruto write it by the publisher? If the hand is knocked down, he didn't notice the wrong daughter's wrong. Blushing is just hot by these cooking noodles. Oh, but it's not bad, it's pretty good. The puppet sneaked at Naruto with a shy sneaky, and the voice became smaller and smaller. I just didn't expect that Naruto could write this kind of novel. No wonder he often sneaked into the women's bathhouse and watched the astringent magazine in the bookstore. Although the first perspective was male, Poo-Poo felt that Naruto's plot was written very well. It is indeed a frequent visitor in the female bathhouse, the little emperor enthusiast in the bookstore, stealing into the women's bathhouse? See the magazine of astringent love? Does this have to do with Naruto's novels? His face was full of doubts. I do not know how the two are connected between the two. Pooh still wanted to say something, but was decisively interrupted by Naruto. Sister Pooh, don't say it, let's set off soon. If I have passed the draft, I have to rush the manuscript in the afternoon. Poo-Poo felt that Naruto was right, so he didn't say more. After unloading the white apron and headscarf, I walked out of the store. After writing, remember to give my sister and me. You can also help you see if there are any wrong words. The contents of 20,000 words have been caught by Poo-Poo's heart. Naruto also got the first fans to chase. I know, guarantee the first to give you a look at Sister Ji-Poo. Promised by Naruto, Suppu set off at another street. Jiaing Society Company, Ltd. Naruto didn't wait long, and saw that Pooh came out with a man with a charming smile. Well, the novel was written by him, a teenager who shouted by you. What monsters? Don't talk nonsense. I haven't shouted. The man's charming smile did not change, and he got in front of Naruto. You just wrote the young aiming swangy Naruto, right? When I met for the first time, my name was Kishimoto Luffy. I was honored to be your editor. As an old editor, Kishimoto feels that this young man aiming can be completely linked to the hot heavenly heaven. So don't say that Naruto is called a monster. Even if Naruto is a monster, he is not afraid. Hello, Mr. Kishimoto. So my manuscript is over? Kishimoto nodded in front of Naruto. After that, the teacher, your work is really great, let's go in and sign the contract soon. While holding Naruto's walking in respect, Kishimoto did not forget to shoot the rainbow fart. Teacher, you can choose our publishing club, it's a great honor. I can guarantee that the teacher will be fully promoted by your book, and it will definitely be a fire in the future, and even surpass the intimate heaven. Listening to this kind of different touting, Naruto was fluttering. Fengxu also received news from the system. Master Personality Trust Dependence Value, 40%. Episode 15. After the contract signed the contract, after thanking the Puku, Naruto rushed home in a hurry, put the paper and pen that has long been prepared on the table. Naruto began to call the wind in the heart. The wind is empty and the wind is false, and the manuscript has passed. Those 20,000 words will be serialized in the magazine first. After the number of words accumulated to 100,000 words later, the publisher will print it a single book for sale. So let's write the story behind. After being touted by Kishimoto Luffy for a while, Naruto now can't wait to write a 100,000 word out of a single book. But unfortunately, he couldn't write it, but he could only rely on the wind. I have seen it in the process, there is no need to repeat it again. But the brothers settle accounts, we need to talk about the issue of income. Talk about income? Naruto was a little puzzled. Isn't the money we get? Can we all use it? The wind in the space of consciousness sneered and said. The word was written by me, the plot was conceived. Do you want to divide the income just after you only pay your body? Naruto thought it was really like this. Suddenly a little discouraged. Okay, how do you say? 90-1, I am 9 you. Fengxu said, 10% is enough for you to realize the freedom of ramen, and the remaining 90% you can't use it. Ah? I only have 1%? Naruto pulled his head and cried, you don't often come out anyway. What do you want so much money? The cold sound of the wind continued. You don't need to worry about it, let's say disagree. Seeing Fengxu's idea, Naruto could only pinch his nose. Agree and consent, you can say it. Anyway, I just need to ramen freely, and I don't know how to spend too much. Master trust dependence, 38%. It is not distressed that the virtual height of the virtual height is not distressed. Before 80%, everything was the air pavilion, and there was no need to pay too much attention. Let's make it out. It is enough to write the remaining 80,000 words in the afternoon. There is an elite tolerance for physical fitness. Wind deficiency can write 7 to 8 words in 1 second. Coupled with the idea of conception, it was just enough in the afternoon. Oh. Naruto immediately handed over the control of the body. Then there was the rustling sound of pencils. The time came in the evening. As the last word fell, the wind stopped and brought back the control of the body back. After writing for an afternoon, to be honest, it really made him feel a little tired. Write so soon? I haven't read enough. Regarding control of the body, Naruto looked like an endless look. Fengxu didn't care about him, but closed his eyes in the space of consciousness. Packing up a thick manuscript, Naruto went out and walked towards a music ramen. He is ready to resolve dinner on one music ramen. By the way, the manuscript was gift. After all, this is a good thing to promise at noon. The next day, I slept until Naruto, who was naturally awake, and came to Naruto. Although the graduation test was qualified, he got the ninja protection. However, it is necessary to take pictures and registration to formally become a subordinate to my village. And this registration and photo time is only one day today. Tomorrow is the day of the new generation of ninja to gather in the division. Because there is only one day, there are many people who take pictures. But it does not hinder Naruto and the original plot. It took 3 hours to draw a big face for himself. It is also known as the art of taking pictures. As a result, it was naturally reprimanded by Ape Fei Ri after a meal. Immediately after the appearance of Maiwan, he began to entangle Naruto. What happened later is not very different from the original. Naruto taught the color temptation and forbearance of my pills, and had a fetters. He also used the harem technique to defeat Huibian with small sunglasses. In the evening, I continued to write novels by Fengxu. Early morning. Because of the division, Naruto got up early and woke up naturally without sleeping. After coming to the ninja school, he went straight to his seat. At this point, many people have arrived in the classroom. But the most conspicuous is Sasuke with a low air pressure and gloomy face. Especially after seeing Naruto, the gloomy energy was about to overflow. Obviously, Sasuke still cannot accept the fact that Naruto is stronger than him. I only pretend to be cool. Naruto did not read Sasuke's expression, and thought that Sasuke was pretending to be handsome and handsome. Hearing Naruto's muttering, Sasuke's gloomy face turned black instantly. However, I didn't say so much as usual, but just put away the expression. Seeing Sasuke did not provoke himself, Naruto did not tease. Instead, lying on the table and wanting to divide the class. If you can get a class with Sakura, you can do and be divided into a class with Sasuke. And I am not the first place in the tail of a crane. Sakura should start to like me. Speaking, the Lord Sakura came. Looking at Sakura's walking towards himself, Naruto took a smile and thought that his dream came true. Unfortunately, Sakura passed him over him and came straight to Sasuke's side, asking for warmth to Sasuke. Hate ghost Sasuke. What good can he like to make Sakura like? As soon as Naruto wanted to find Sasuke's stubble, I saw that Ilka came in from the outside. The noisy classroom was quiet after Ilka came in. From now on, you are the ninja who is alone. As usual, after a passage of educational significance, Iluka picked up the list in his hand. Let's announce the list of divisions. 7th class, Harui Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke. In the 8th class, Hirogen Hina, Oil Hirasumi, and Inuzuka. In the 10th class, Narushun, Chodingji, and Yamako Inya. Some people are happy and some people are worried, exclaiming and sorrowful sounds continue to sound below. Just when Naruto announced the class, the Naruto office on the other side is lively. The dead fish's eyes held a young aiming Kakashi. Wearing a fishing net and a proud day, I was in the fishery. Bearded with a face, with decadent asthma. The three were standing in front of the desk of the ape flying sun, looking at the crystal ball on the table. The crystal ball shows the picture of Naruto's classroom. As the class is divided, the ape flying sun is also said. The 7th class is led by Kakashi, the 8th class 8th Rikrin leads the team, and the 10th class of Asmo leads the team. Do you have any questions about this distribution? The three looked at each other and shook their heads. However, the three had no doubt, but there was a questioning sound outside. They have no doubt, but I have any questions. I don't agree with Kakashi to lead the 7th class. Episode 16. An old cold voice came from outside the door. The Shimura Tuanzang walked in from the door with his men, Xiaochun, and Shuiben Yensan. I think the pillar power is very dangerous now, and it is not suitable for Kakashi. Now it should be controlled by our roots, to avoid the situation of harmful villages. Having said that, he looked at Xiaochun and Shuiben Yen on the side of his side. Consultant Xiaochun, consultant, you should not know what changes have taken place in the pillar power? If it weren't for my roots, there were some people who could use it. It is estimated that even I would be kept in the drum. Listening to the weird words of Yin and Yang, Shuibaman Yen and Xiaochun, who turned around, were inquiry and looked at the ape flying sun. Of course, the two of them did not know what happened to Naruto. They were also invited by Tuanzang today, saying that there was a major event that was in the village. However, they still hear about Naruto's book stolen and sealing books the night before. Thinking of this, turning around, Xiaochun took the lead in asking, "Drive, is it related to the previous sealing book that was stolen by the pillar?" Shuibaman Yen also followed up, "Is there a problem with the seal of the people's pillar power after studying those forbidden surgery?" The questions that the two asked, and the three Kakashi 3 were shocked. There is a problem with the problem of life and death in the nine-tailed seal. If something happened 12 years ago, maybe my village may not be able to go at all. So all the three also frowned and looked at the ape flying sun, hoping to get an explanation. Facing the attention of everyone's inquiry, Ape Fei was sinking and not talking. Of course, he was not pierced through the guilty conscience, but that he felt that the hand in Tuanzang's current hand was too long. Obviously, the dark part of the monitoring Naruto was his people, and he also issued a confidential order by him. But now the Tuanzang obviously knows what. It seems that his direct dark part is time to clean up. Seeing the ape flying sun and not talking for a long time, Tuanzang snorted and took a stubble. "Huh, don't say it, then let me. The seal of the human pillar has a problem before the night before. The suspected nine-tailed consciousness occupied the body of human pillar power and killed a Zhong and I." Although the words of Tuanzang are not big, it is like a Zhong Ming ring in the hearts of everyone. Among them, Xiaochun and Shuibaman Yen were even more frightened. "What? The seal really has a problem? Daily Cut, is Tuanzang said true? Daily Cut, you say something." It seemed that the two had a headache, and Ape Fury was finally comforted. Xiaochun still has inflammation, a little peace of mind. What Tuanzang said is his guess. In fact, Naruto's seal has no problem. Ape Fury turned to look at Tuanzang again, and his eyes were full of warning. "There are also your group hiding. Naruto is not something you can die. You'd better put away your careful thoughts." This kind of painful threat, Tuanzang heard too much, sneered and questioned. "Don't shift the topic, cut the day. What we are talking about now is Jiuwei consciousness that breaks through the seal. Do I need to repeat it for you? What did the people say before the people kill Mizuki?" Hearing this, everyone's hearts were stunned again. Since Tuanzang dares to say that, things are definitely not as good as Ape Flying Sun. Seeing that the Tuanzang was killed on this, the Ape Flying Sun was cut slightly after thinking about it. "After all, I couldn't hide it for a while. Anyway, Naruto is now kissed with him, and he is not afraid of being snatched by others. Maybe he can still use the Wind of Nine-Tail power to consolidate his power." This time, the Tuanzang led the two senior consultants for the Forced Palace, but it made him quite unhappy. Although uncomfortable, the ape flying sun was still on the surface that could not be surprised. "Actually, Naruto's question, I have been ready to explain next week. Now that you come to ask today, then I don't have to wait for it next week. The consciousness of occupying Naruto's body is not Nine Tails, but Naruto's deputy personality, named Rotor Vortex Wind." Without shocking everyone, Ape Fury cut off another heavy bomb. "And this deputy personality named Swangi Fengxu has also successfully mastered a part of the power of Nine Tails. I saw him with a sober mind, and controlled the use of chakra of Nine Tail. And this deputy personality is completely controlled by Naruto." Quiet. The news of the two bombs was released, and everyone who was present directly fainted. Even Tuanzang didn't expect that the truth of the matter would be like this. However, he did not doubt that the ape flying sun was lying. If this kind of thing dares to lie, the ape fly to the sun, this Naruto is considered to be in the end. "I have mastered the devil's personality, also controlled by people. We have another card for my village." Silent was broken by the excitement of the two people who were switched to Xiaochun and Shui Benyen. At this stage, the weak villages can have a powerful force such as Nine Tail, which is tantamount to a strong needle. Daily Cut, the means of that person's pillar and deputy personality are cruel, not like a controlled existence. Maybe those who are all showing the illusion are deceiving you, you can't believe it at all. So you should immediately give him to our roots for artificial restrictions and corrections. I promise, how long it take for you, you can get a powerful weapon that will never rebel. Tuanzang still didn't die, trying to get Naruto in his hand. After all, this is a controlled nine-tailed power. If he can use him, next year he can become the 5th generation of Naruto. The apes glanced at the Tuanzang coldly, as if seeing the inside of Tuanzang's heart. "Regarding this personality, I will arrange people to observe and test closely, and I will not bother your roots." Seeing the ape flying sun to kick him away, of course, the Tuanzang refused. He stepped forward and walked ahead, and said straight at the eyes of the ape flying sun, "It's about the safety of the wood leaf. I can't stand by my roots. I ask for a ninja who led the person who led the pillar." The ape flying sun also did not give back, staring at the one-eyed eye of Tuanzang. "Tuanzang, I don't want to intervene in your roots, I don't want to repeat it again. Also, don't forget, I'm Naruto." I was Naruto when I heard this sentence, and Tuanzang was full of anger. Every time he wants to press him, this sentence is the sentence, and he can't refute it. "Skill, you will regret it." After throwing up a usual ending discourse, Tuanzang turned his sleeves angrily and turned away. Since he won't work, he will be dark. He will not put the power of Nine-Tail. Episode 17. As soon as the Tuanzang left, Xiaochun and Shui Benyan did not continue. They do not have the power of people and the power of Nine Tails. This time, it was just to understand the situation of human pillar power. Seeing that everyone was gone, Ape Fury beeped to indicate that Asuma and Shirihong left first, and he walked towards Naruto's apartment with Kakashi. He needs Kakashi to understand the current situation of Naruto, and at the same time, he needs to explain to Kakashi. The classroom on the other side, Irika, who finished the class, put down the list in his hand and said, "The teacher who led the team in the afternoon will come over. Don't be late." "Okay, let's dissolve lunch." After hearing the word dissolution, many people cheered out of the classroom. Sakura was blushing to Sasuke, and sent an invitation to eat together. "Sasuke, we will be a companion in the future. Let's eat and understand each other." For Sakura's invitation, Sasuke did not reply, flipped head directly from the window next to the classroom. Naruto on the side licked a smiley face and got up. "Sakura, he won't go with me to accompany you. We will be a companion in the future." Sakura looked at Naruto, and the rosy and shyness on her face disappeared. "Sorry, I'm going to find Sasuke, you still eat alone." After speaking, he didn't wait for Naruto to answer, and hurriedly ran out of the classroom door. "Damn, it's Sasuke, a disgusting guy." Naruto was a little bit angry, and it followed the door. "It's a pity that there are too many people, and Sakura's back cannot be seen. Obviously I have surpassed him as the first place, why Sakura still doesn't like me." On the side, see the scene of Inuzuka. He headed his head with a red pill, and Hippie came to Naruto with a smile. "It's not because Naruto is frivolous like a fool, but it doesn't matter, I like to play with the idiot, just go with us for lunch." Although his relationship with Naruto is not as good as Shikamaru, at least it is much better than others, coupled with the sudden rise of Naruto a few days ago, and the same clumsy as him. So he decided to get closer to the vacant eyes, and maybe he would do the task or something together in the future. Behind Okuka, he heard that he invited Naruto's Hinata face suddenly. If there was a table beside him holding the body, maybe even the stand was unstable. As for the oil actress, he stroked sunglasses and murmured with a whisper. No one could hear it clearly. Except for Naruto's consciousness, "Look at all the wind. Isn't it to say that the three in the team eat together, but I don't oppose inviting Naruto." "You decide that it is, I just want to know a new friend." Almost always muttering these words. Although Fengxu listened to it, he was not interested in helping the little fart. Just thinking about Haruno Sakura, who just had two faces for Naruto and Sasuke, he suddenly had a plan. Since Naruto likes Haruno Sakura so much, if you let Haruno Sakura die in his hands later. No, Haruno Sakura may not be enough, maybe Iruka can get in touch with it, and apes flying the sun. Because of lack of ability to protect it, people who like and get close to die in their hands tragically. Coupled with the hint and promotion of wind deficiency, presumably at that moment, the trust dependence value of the master personality will reach its peak. Of course, these miserable incidents must not be associated with the bright surface. And at that time, he had to find a way to have contradictions with Naruto, which caused him not to come out. All this is added together, all kinds of guilt and regrets, and hate of self. Enough to break through all Naruto's defense. However, it is just a preliminary idea. The specific operation of the latter needs to be considered in the wind. Thinking of this, Fengxu's voice sounded in Naruto's mind. "Naruto, reject them. I have a way to allow you to interact with Haruno Sakura." Hearing the words sounded in my mind, Naruto's expression became happy at the speed of visible to the naked eye. Seeing Naruto's happiness, Inuyasha thought Naruto agreed to the invitation. When he stepped forward, he took Naruto's shoulder and walked outside the door. "Go away, now that Naruto is coming, I will ask you to eat barbecue meals. Even if you spend too much money to go home, you may be beaten by my mother, I'm not afraid." The Inuyasha family is also a famous family. It is quite rich to cultivate high-quality ninja dogs. So just a meal of barbecue, Naruto's living expenses for a month, can't afford it, but Inuyasha can afford it. Hearing that he was going to eat barbecue, Naruto's happy look was stagnant again. On the one hand, there is a barbecue meal that has never been eaten since childhood, and on the other hand is his favorite Sakura. How should he choose? But when he thought of being able to get in touch with Sakura, he still gritted his teeth to break away from Inuzuka's arms. "Sorry, I suddenly remembered that there were still some things. Next time I invite you to eat ramen." After that, Naruto rushed out of the classroom at the fastest speed. "I'm afraid I will regret it next second, and then go to eat barbecue with them." Outside the balcony on the second floor of a building, Sasuke was eating bread, frowning and thinking about Naruto. After his inquiry yesterday, he easily knew about the Book of Sealing. Last night, he also wanted to learn Naruto to steal it. Unfortunately, the door of the ape-flying house did not go in, and was kicked out by the dark people. Thinking of this, Sasuke couldn't help pinching the bread in his hand. Potential would leave, eccentric Naruto. The powerful ninjutsu would rather give a crane tail, and refuses to give it to me. Is it because I am Uchiha? Is it the bastard's brother? Sasuke, who was thinking about his heart, did not find that behind him, Naruto was holding the rope badly. Next second. Woo. Hat the guy, give me honestly, don't move. Naruto, it's you. What are you doing? You confessed wrong, I'm Shikamaru, not Naruto. Bastard, don't want to lie to me. I see your orange clothes. You read it wrong. Let's let you sleep first. The sound disappeared, and a evil smile. Sasuke jumped out of the window. Dear Sakura, I'm here. In the afternoon, ninja classroom. Sasuke walked into the classroom with a little dizzy head covering. This time, Sakura was strangely gathered, but was sitting on the seat with anger. Naruto on the side was a big bag with a small mountain, with a idiot-like smirk on his face. Although weird, Sasuke ignored Sakura. Instead, he went straight to Naruto. Naruto, you won today. But for a long time in the future, I will catch up with you, and then shame. After speaking, I didn't wait for Naruto to reply, and turned to find a place to sit down. Well, Sasuke suddenly interrupted Naruto's smile. But because of the appearance of Sasuke at noon, I kissed Sakura. So Naruto is in a good mood now, and is going to apologize for Sasuke. As soon as I wanted to speak, I saw a man who came in outside the classroom. Class 7th, all with me. Episode 18. Why do you say that the man's dress and Jinai are somewhat similar? Naturally, both of them are wearing old clothes, blocking most of their skin. Slightly different, Jinai didn't wear gloves, and only sunglasses on their faces. The man who came in wore gloves, and his face was covered by a mask. In Naruto's consciousness, the wind deficiency has doubts and thoughts. Oil girl takes root? Isn't he the root ninja led by the Tibetan? Why did he come here? Did you think of Naruto? The leader Kakashi in the original plot did not come, but the roots of the oil girl came to take the roots. Obviously, some changes have taken place in the plot. In the case of Ape Flying Sun, Tuanzang and his roots actually made their heads in advance. Outside, are you our teacher? When he saw the man who came in, he had to follow him by himself. Naruto crooked his head and sent a question. Stupid, it must be a teacher. Sakura, who had stood up obediently, was buckled on Naruto's head. If it wasn't for the teacher, how do you know that we are the 7th class in this position? I really don't know how to observe, it will only deceive, and the disgusting orphan who lacks parental discipline. Obviously, Sakura is still worried because of noon. However, in front of Sasuke's noodles, she didn't dare to say what she lost her first kiss, and she could only take Naruto to lose her temper. Naruto didn't care much about Sakura's bad words, just holding his head and shouting pain, with a smile on his face. After all, compared to the vicious curse of the villagers, Sakura's words are as weak as that of every family. Sakura's words, Naruto didn't care, but poked Sasuke's pain point. You know he is also an orphan without his parents now. Seeing Naruto, did not refute Sakura's words, and smirked. Sasuke stood up and came to the front of the two, and the cold voice spit out from his mouth. No one is willing to be an orphan, no one is willing to be disciplined by parents, and no one wants to be hated by others. The kind of family is the only one at home. No one can tell you what can be done and not lonely, you don't understand. And you will only scold the disgusting orphan because of his mistake. Speaking of which, Sasuke looked at Sakura's eyes, full of chills. You really make me feel sick. Make me feel disgusting, nausea. Sasuke's words echoed in the mind of Sakura, which also made her petrification like sculpture. Naruto looked at Sasuke with a moving look. It turned out that Sasuke was like him, understanding his daily mood and understanding of loneliness. He looked at Sasuke's handsome face at this moment, and immediately felt that he didn't hate it so much. And do you like it? Hurry up, the terrible thoughts in my mind. Naruto hurriedly stopped watching Sasuke, for fear that he would become curved in the next second. I am your teacher, and the oil girl takes root. The oil girl who stood at the door and witnessed the roots of the triangular love process, and did not continue to watch the show. He didn't know when Kakashi would come, so he said immediately after he reported his home. So don't talk nonsense anymore, you now, immediately, follow me immediately. Without a chance to refuse Naruto, the oil girl took the roots and turned directly towards the outside. Sasuke frowned a little about the irritability of the teacher in front of him, but I didn't say much, I followed it quickly. Seeing this, Naruto also caught up with the unreasonable Sakura. Just as soon as the three walked out of the school, they heard the sound of the movement of the surrounding trees, and the sound of slamming. This is an offensive and defensive exercise between the dark parts, which is used to ensure that the village is not invaded by foreign enemies. The doubts and alerts of the three were disintegrated by the explanation of the oil girl's route. Although the distance is a bit far away, but the players did carry the dark masks. Go at your feet faster, to avoid interfering with their drills. By this excuse, the oil girl took the roots and ran away with the three. As the roads are narrower, the smoke is getting scarce. The oil girl took the roots and Naruto, and gradually approached the death forest. Naruto, pay attention, this oil woman has a problem, don't enter the death forest with him. In the death forest, there is a base, a root of the root. The gentleman does not stand under the wall, and the wind does not want to be in such a dangerous place. So he said directly, to remind Naruto not to go in. Has a problem. Naruto's heart was shocked, and the pace under his feet suddenly stagnated. He also felt a little wrong, and thought it was an illusion. But now the wind is not right, it is definitely not his illusion. It's the place soon, why don't you stop? Seeing that Naruto stopped, the oil girl took the route and stopped immediately, and then turned back to Naruto. Naruto took a few steps backwards, away from the oil girl who approached, took the roots with alert on her face. Why do you bring us into the death forest? Naruto, what are you doing? Why do you stop suddenly, and then retreat? Teacher, take the roots, say it is right now, don't get angry. Sakura, who had a heavy heart all the way, did not find something wrong. She just wanted to get to the place soon, and then quickly ended today for a day, and she cried with a pillow. Idiot, don't you find anything wrong? Naruto didn't speak, but Sasuke came to Naruto's side, with alert on his face. On the first day, we brought us like a dangerous place to the death forest, and don't say why. After a few training grounds on the way, you can obviously be used as the first training or meeting, but you don't see it. I also said that Naruto would not observe. I think you are the lack of literacy as a ninja. Sasuke, who had a bad sense of Sakura, did not leave the slightest feelings in the words. What are you going to stay there? Come here. Sakura scolded. Sakura was grieving, and came to the two of them quickly. Seeing her purpose was discovered, the oil girl was too lazy to continue installing 2 quasi-forbearance, plus a pillar that can use 9 tails. He has a elite tolerance, and there is a means of hiding, and it doesn't take much effort to clean up a few people. Wantingly moved his limbs and said coldly, what do you say, you are so smart? Just be honest with me. This is the case now, you can only ask you to have some hardships. When it comes to suffering, the oil girl has come to the 3 people. Just 1 foot, Sasuke on the left was caught by his stomach, and his mouth poured out. Then there was a palm, and the Sakura on the right was filmed by the forehead, and his eyes fainted. He is not Kakashi, who gives the 3 in the original plot. The shot is full, and the 2 will kill the 2 except Naruto for a moment. Sakura, Sasuke, looking at Sasuke, who can only barely look up on the ground, and Sakura who passed out. Naruto's eyes were cracked, and the anger and killing of the bottom of his eyes sprayed out. Bastard, you dare to hurt them, I fight with you. Multiple shadow avatars. Episode 19. A few ninja prints are out. Hundreds of Naruto appeared, surrounding the oil girl. This kind of chakra quantity is really the same as the information said. The oil girl was not panicked at all. Instead, she looked at many Naruto interested. Naruto also did not have a ruthless plan, and directly embraced the oil girl. But the next second, alas, 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 one by one Naruto has continued to disappear into air. The buried oil girl took the roots, and she took a shadow of a shadow and a shadow. It wasn't until the last Naruto that he recovered his leg side, just pinched Naruto's head with one hand and raised him in front of him. From the beginning to the end, it took less than 1 minute to uniform the 3-person oil girl. This is the strength of the elite tolerance, and it is also the top power of a village. Bastard, I want to kill you, I will kill you. The caught Naruto's teeth and dancing claws waved their hands and feet, but he only had multiple shadows, and he could not touch the oil girl in front of him. Looking at Naruto, who was emotionally fluctuated in front of her eyes, the oil girl suddenly remembered something. While his face changed, he hurriedly lifted another hand. Shouldn't it come out? No, I have to do it quickly, otherwise. Murdering in her mouth, the oil girl's palm bent in the air and gripped her claws. The blue chakra was lit on each finger. With these chakra, his 5 fingers were repeated on the gossip seal of Naruto's abdomen. 5-element seal. This is the means of reinforcing the seal to him, to reinforce the seal and cut off the 9-tailed chakra. Otherwise, he was really not sure that he could take Naruto, who was able to use the 9-tailed power back in a short time. The pain in the abdomen made Naruto hurt. However, the muttering of the oil girl took the roots that reminded him of the wind. Suddenly began to call anxiously in my heart. Wind deficiency, come out, I am caught again. He also injured Sasuke and fainted Sakura. You come out and kill him, just like when killing Mizuki. Facing Naruto's call for help, the wind in the consciousness did not answer. Look at the dark value of beating on the system panel. He looked at the oil girl outside with expectations. It's not enough, come again, if an elite is worse than water and wood, I can't see you. The oil girl took the roots of Naruto's 9-tailed seal. What does it have to do with the 9 tails of his wind? At that time, he came out, and the elite body ninja, plus the chakra mode, crushing. Outside, the oil girl looked at the 5-element seal of Naruto's abdomen, and finally let go. Looking at Naruto's eyes was not cautious. Until now, your deputy personality has not appeared. It seems that you dare not rush after the power of 9 tails. I still wanted to see, but now it seems that this is the same. It takes my expectation. The oil girl shook her head and shook her head, took out a root rope and tied Naruto. Then with the tied Naruto, he came to Sasuke, who was still vomiting stomach, and tied him. As for the Sakura who fell on the ground, he just kicked her into the forest land by the road. Sasuke is the remains of the Uchiha family, which is also aimed at Uchiha Itachi, which is as useful as Naruto. Sakura is a civilian, and it has no use of roots. Before the oil girl took her, she took her, just to paralyze Naruto and Sasuke. Sakura, looking at Sakura, who was flying like a broken cloth, Naruto's eyes were a little congested. Looking back at the eyes of the oil girl, the eyes were full of tyrannical killing intentions. No need to ask Naruto this time, the system issued a prompt. Master S emotion reaches the critical value. Do you switch personality? Fengxu did not switch immediately, but looked at the dark value. Current blackening value, 5,000. It's not bad, it's 2,800, not worse than Mizuki. This kind of sudden plot out of the original plot, Fengxu feels that it can be a few more times in the future. It is best to allow him to quickly exchange half of 9 tails to achieve the strength of elite shadow. Exchange of ninja, oil girl take the route, -500. Current blackening value, 4,500. The use of blackening values exchanged the oil girl after taking the body. Fengxu said towards the system. System, switch personality, outside world. On the left and right, I carried Naruto Sasuke who was about to leave, and her face suddenly changed. In the next second, his body disappeared in place and appeared outside a few meters away. It is indeed an elite tolerance, and the response is fast enough. In the oil woman's route disappearing, grasping the body's wind and stability. By the way, I also caught Sasuke, which was tied up. Naruto. No, you are not Naruto. Naruto turns the wind, and Sasuke feels clear. The kindness and pure feeling that originally wanted to get close to disappear. Now Naruto only gives him a kind of tearing indifference and horror. I am Naruto. The wind opened his mouth, showing a laugh that made Sasuke very disturbed. Then a knife opened the rope bundled and threw him to the forest land that Sakura fell. Looking at the wind deficiency, the oil woman took the roots and did not have a sneak attack. He asked with a cautious voice, Vortex wind deficiency? Rotor Vortex, Naruto's deputy personality? Fengxu turned to look at him, and the smile on the corner of his mouth became brighter. Bingo, right. As a reward, let you get close to the 9-tailed chakra who are close to you. At the moment of speech, the reddish chakra sponged. It instantly covered the whole body of Fengxu. Behind it, a long pale red chakra fox tail is extended, flying wildly in the air. The evil atmosphere of tyrannical was also followed by sweeping. The horror and pressure are full of pressure between heaven and earth. 9-tailed chakra? Impossible. I have obviously reinforced the seal and prevented chakra's leakage. The oil girl took her face to be unbelievable, and her eyes looked like a monster. Oh? Why don't I know being sealed? The cold voice was wrapped in a hardy and evil atmosphere, and appeared behind the oil girl. So fast, the oil girl was shocked. Naruto, who was originally ahead, was only a slow dissipating shadow left. Well, at the same time, the screaming sound of sharp objects scratching the air sounded behind him. Too late to dodge. The oil girl can only pull out the bitterness of the outside of her legs, and turn around and block the chest. However, click, the sound of a broken object came from the oil girl. I saw that the oil girl took the roots and blocked the bitterness, and was pressed close to her chest by a huge light red tail. A few bloods overflowed from his nose and nose. It was just a preliminary fight, and he was injured. The oil girl took the roots and did not hesitate. Before the wind was not the next step, he quickly took a lot of times and retreated. At the same time, looking at the eyes of the wind is also even more frightened and fearful. No, you are not a sub-personality at all. You are 9 tails 12 years ago. Episode 20. The oil girl's roots shouted a lot, so that Sasuke, who looked at Sakura's injury from a distance, heard it clearly. 9 tails are broken? Naruto is actually 9-tailed consciousness? Sasuke's face was also full of surprise, but his eyes were fortunate. If Naruto, who has multiple shadow avatars before, can catch up with a little hard work. Now that the oil girl is pressed in front of her eyes, it is like Naruto, who is like a demon god, which is what he needs to look up, so he is a bit fortunate. Fortunately, such a powerful Naruto is not Naruto himself. It is the 9-tailed generation in the Ming body. Thinking of this, Sasuke even smiled unconsciously. Well, it hurts. After Sasuke's simple treatment of the injury, Sakura also woke up at this time. I opened my eyes and saw Sasuke with a smile. Suddenly he seemed to think of something, and shouted in surprise. Sasuke, did you save me? How about the enemy who disguised as a teacher? Hearing Sakura's voice, Sasuke immediately put away the corner of his mouth. Hush, don't shout. Sasuke's fingers made a snoring gesture in front of his mouth, and then ahead. It's not that I saved you, it's 9. Naruto saved us. Looking at the direction of Sasuke's fingers, Sakura also saw a scene that made her incredible. She just killed her oil girl to take the roots, and now she is injured to avoid Naruto's attack. And Naruto, there is no optimism and heartlessness at all. Although still smiling, there is no temperature in those eyes, and some are cold and violent. Also, the evil and disaster from the red chakra scattered, and it was called Sakura's back to cool, and his heart was panicked. That's Naruto. What's wrong with him? Why is it so powerful, so terrible? This afternoon is the Naruto who cheats the first kiss. Sakura dare not dare to get Naruto's head, and dare not resist. And inexplicable, Sakura thinks this terrible Naruto is a bit handsome and charming. As soon as this idea appeared, Sakura quickly threw it out of his mind. It may be because it is as indifferent to Sasuke. Yes, it must be like this. What did you say? Sasuke frowned and looked back, not understanding what Sakura was going crazy again. No, nothing. Look at there, Naruto, he moved again. Sakura, who was leaking, quickly shifted his attention to the battlefield ahead. Sasuke didn't care about it anymore, and quickly locked his eyes. Ahead, I heard someone call him Jiuwei Wind, and he pulled his ears a little silently. It's boring, can't you change it? For example, I am the 4 generations of Naruto, or the consciousness of the previous person's pillar? When I heard Fengxu said so, the oil girl took the roots and stunned. He is a bit preconceived. Maybe this personality in front of him is really the water gate or chakra left by Sanina, in order to protect their only offspring, Naruto. But this conjecture was just thinking. He felt that the loopholes were full. How can people who only use physical skills and 9-tailed chakra in front of them are those two? If it was really those two, he should now face the sealing technique of Fei Lei Shen, or the sealing of the Vortex family. The damn 9-tailed demon fox is really cunning. I almost was cheated by you. Tell me so much in the battle, and did not kill me directly. Then it means that the power you can use now is just like you show it, there is only a tail chakra. So you are bluntly, and you want to drag the support of the dark part of Naruto. The more the oil girl took the roots, the more I felt that she was right. The panic on his face slowly calmed down and recovered calm. If you think about it, he was injured just because he was attacked by Fengxu. And because he was frightened by 9-tailed chakra, he just did not use ninjutsu at all with Fengxu. He is not a physical ninja, and his strength is all on ninjutsu. I'm delaying time? The words of the oil girl made Fengxu laugh. The person who was injured by him in one hit dare to underestimate him. You are confident, but you don't know how long your strength can make you confident. At the moment of the speech, the ground at the wind was suddenly cracked. In the next second, he appeared again in front of the oil girl, and the tail behind him split down. And the oil girl has long been prepared. I saw him bite his gloves down and took off, revealing the palm with bright purple skin inside. Immediately after 2 palms holding the air of the split fox tail. ZZ. The moment the fox tail and palm touched, the sound of roasting sounded. The light red was climbed up by purple, forming purple spots. Bad insects, nano-level poisonous insects I cultivated, is also my proud ninja. How do you feel? The expression of the oil girl was calm, but the words were full of pride. As a powerful left-handed hand, his ninjutsu is a headache for ninja with the strength of the film. If you accidentally encounter it, you have to go off the skin. No, some bugs that can be pinched at hand. Fengxu smiled, and the red fox tail retreated behind him. The purple spots on it also disappeared at the speed of the naked eye. He is not a Naruto who borrows the 9-tailed power. This is chakra, who belongs to his own gap. In the case of covering the whole body, he, like Jiuwei, is equivalent to a chakra polymer. As long as chakra did not consume, even if he was soaked in this phosphorus, there would not be a little thing. It can only be said that the luck of the oil girl took the roots badly and encountered him. If you put on an elite to endure, maybe Fengxu will really fall into a hard battle. I hope that the adult will not blame me to abolish people. The oil woman raised her hands in front of her mouth with cold eyes, and the cheeks bulged. Secret technique, poisonous dust. The bulging cheeks blow out a lot of air. In a short time, a purple fog ball was separated from his palm, and the parcels were wrapped towards the wind in front. The wind did not flash, and even stepped out of the purple poisonous mist. It's really looking for death. When the oil girl saw her eyes ruthless, she blown out more poisonous fog again. Just half a minute passed. In addition to being wrapped in a layer of purple, Fengxu could walk around with a smile. That's it? Fengxu shook his head a little disappointed, and the oil girl took the roots, and she was still embarrassed, and she was constantly blowing out the fog. Impossible. Even if there is chakra obstruction, my poisonous insects will go deep into it and enter the skin and bones. What did you do? Why haven't you died yet? The poisonous insects have no effect at all. How proud of the oil girl is just now. How angry is it now? I'm not dead, but you are almost. The wind of pacing in the poisonous mist, while the oil woman took the roots because of his distraction, had stood in front of him. Then he grabbed his arm as soon as he raised his hand. At the same time, Welcome to Airplay Chakra also extended a palm of his hand, holding his neck and lifting it in the air by joining our Patreon community. Dive deeper into the stories you love. Just click the link in the description below, and thank you for supporting this journey.